Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Stassi. Thank you so much for being here today. Merry Christmas, everyone. I hope everyone's having a safe and happy holidays. I thought it'd be really fun to do a podcast talking about Winterfest and then talking about how we celebrate Winterfest. And I'm so happy to have Gonz, Disney, and Nardvillain here today. Merry Christmas, you guys.
Merry Christmas.
Macy Grove.
Merry Chrysler.
Merry Christmas.
Winterfest.
Before we dive in, I will do a quick round of introductions. Nard, you go first.
What's up, y'all? My name is Nardvillain. I do mostly Sims 4 content, skits, lore, just kidding, and build stuff, build challenges, and I do a little bit of gameplay tips and stuff like that on all the platforms. A little cringe, but you know, I love my cringe type of content, so you can find me on all the social media platforms. Nardvillain.
I love that. Court, where can we find you? And a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I will just say The Sims definitely made that cringe trait for Nerd. 100%.
100%.
Probably.
Any dab though.
Yeah. Hi, Court, aka the Disney Sims, aka Townie Tales. And you can find me mostly on Simstagram, but I also play around on TikTok and Threads for whoever's still on that. And yeah, you can download my Disney princes and princesses on the gallery at the Disney Sims.
I love that. Gonz, where can we, a little bit about yourself and where can we find you?
Absolutely. My name is Gonz. I am on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram as My Name is Gonz. I'm basically the same person as Nard. but the unique thing about me is that I make ideas before the Sims do, and then they release it anyway. That's
the
what
next day. Oh, you're so sad.
yeah. In case no one gets that reference, I made a video about making Halo Halo only for the Sims to officially release a video about Halo Halo the next day. So that's fun for me. But yeah, you can find me everywhere as My Name is Gonz.
I know, I saw that. I was like, wait, what? That's bullshit. You literally had the idea first. We talked about it.
No, it wasn't the same though, because like what they released was actually how to make it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Videos like that. Gonz actually replicates how like nonsensical the Sims dishes.
I don't.
Hilarious.
I don't think they appreciate how I'm like blasting their animation.
How dare you, guys?
Oh gosh.
Oh my god. Well, Gonz, let's dive in. Let's talk a little bit about Winterfest as someone who literally, like I said, skips all holidays when I play. So
You're missing out.
Absolutely. So of course, Winterfest, I mean, there's no kind of like getting around it, right? So Winterfest is obviously meant to be generally Christmas, although it does encompass the other holidays such as like Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and all the different ones on the holiday. They're trying to be as generic as they can be, but the very fact that at the center of Winterfest is Father Winter, aka Santa Claus, I mean, you kind of go with what it is, yeah. The holiday itself obviously is again pretty much just Christmas. You have a lot of like Winterfest items that are in the game that are a bunch of fun in case you've never tried them. The thing that a lot of people know about this, but some don't, and I feel like I have to mention it, is that there's actually an item in the game called like the Winterfest tree that you can actually like customize yourself entirely. So once you put down the Winterfest tree, it's just like a base tree, and then you could choose like the garlands and the toppers and the decorations, and your Sims actually put it together. And what's cute is that you can build them with other people. So you can build them with your friends or with your family, and you could actually put it all together and do everything you can with that. So I think that's one of the fun things about it, right?
Don't forget about the fireplace too, though. Which
oh
is
yeah,
cool.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Like Father Winter will jump into will come out of the fireplace if you have a fireplace in your build. At a certain time too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he does do that. One of the things also that cannot be ignored about Father Winter is the fact that you can woohoo the man, despite the fact that he's faithfully married. You can do that. So that's always fun. But Father Winter himself is actually very interesting because The Sims hasn't So Santa Claus has actually been in the game in Sims for so long at this point, right? I mean, he was in the Sims 1 Living Large, and he's been every iteration since then. He became Father Winter in The Sims 4, right? And his entire look changed. Like, as you know, Father Winter in The Sims 4 doesn't look the way that we know Santa Claus. He wears like a blue kind of coat. He has like a sleeping hat. I don't even want to call it like a Santa Claus hat or whatever. He has a very unique look, and I've always wondered exactly why that was. I don't think they've ever actually given like a reasoning for it. Have you ever heard of anything like that, Nard Court,
I don't
about
think
why that
so.
happened? Yeah, it was very
Yeah, I don't
interesting.
know.
It was very
Yeah.
interesting.
I
Yeah.
feel like it was probably a smart decision for them to be more generic, just because there are like over 30, maybe 40 holidays that happen between like November in through January. So it's nice to kind of encompass all of them because there are so many people from across the world that play The Sims.
Mhm.
That's true. That's true. Apparently, insofar as Father Winter, he can't give you gifts. Like, you can ask him for gifts when he gets to your house, and he actually judges whether you're good or bad.
Yeah.
And like, how they do that has never been fully explored either. Like, I think it implies that there's some like running tally of whether you're a good sim or a bad sim, but I've always been a good sim, I guess. Maybe I'm just
You
the
could
a
deep
goody
dive
two
all
shoes.
day.
Yeah.
I've had a sim get like a lump of coal before, and
Oh
you
man,
get a mullet for it. You get
do
like
you?
a mullet.
That's
Yeah,
true.
Every time Nard plays, he gets
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Pretty much. Pretty much.
Yeah. You can also I think fight for presents after you get them. So
Nice.
yeah, if you get a present, there's an interaction to fight for it where the two of you will actually get into fisticuffs. There's a lot of situations in The Sims where you end up fighting for stuff, I've noticed. It's kind of weird.
It tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It does. Um
Yeah.
yeah, and again, the actual holiday itself, again, with the exception of the fact that during the winter it snows and it's pretty and there's a lot of really fun food in place. There isn't really a whole lot more kind of left to explore about it. Obviously, I open it to y'all to chat about it. I think Winterfest is really about the ambience of the holiday of like
Yeah.
winter of Christmas, right? Like the food is wonderful. I like I said, I love the winter cake, the fruit cake. I mean, I want to have an argument about fruit cake actually for a second. Now that I have a platform to speak about it, okay? All right. So we're gonna go around the table here and we're gonna discuss who actually eats fruit cake here. So we'll start with Stassi. Stassi, do you like fruit cake?
I do not like fruitcake.
And Court,
It's
do you like
garbage.
fruitcake?
No.
No. And Nard, do you like fruitcake?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think I've ever had fruitcake. Be honest
Okay,
with
I,
you.
I dislike fruitcake. It is the toughest thing ever. It is a
Mhm.
brick with dried fruit in it. It is just the worst thing you can possibly imagine. And there's people out there who swear by it, and I can't. I
Oh wow.
can't even. Like it is the worst thing in the world. And I feel like Stassi's commenters are gonna roast me for that, but I just think it's not any good whatsoever, right?
It's so
Yeah.
weird that that's the thing that like we give to people though. It's
Yeah.
like an introductory thing. Like, thanks for this thing that nobody ever wants.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
Oh god. So there's actually there's a again, I'm Latino, y'all. So there's actually a trope in Latin countries, and again, it actually coincides with winter, but it's kind of a anytime thing. And I'm gonna try to explain this. I'm gonna draw a picture with my imagination brush for you so that you can understand kind of where we're going here. All right. So imagine, okay, it's a tin can, a blue tin can, in which the driest sugar cookies exist within them. Do you guys know what I'm talking about by chance? Okay. You literally open the tin can and it's just like sugar cookies. We give these things out in Latin countries to people. And as far as I know, no human being has ever consumed one of these cookies because the main purpose of this can is to be a stuff can. You know,
exactly.
like you are
Sewing supplies.
exactly. The can is the gift The
Yes.
cookies, as far
Yeah.
as you know, are just how you
Yep.
receive that can, right?
We
So
have with Quality Street candies in Canada.
Yeah.
They're like these octagonal things, and then they're always getting repurposed. And also, like I've taken them before, where like you'll bake a bunch of cookies, and
Yes.
then you'll repurpose those, and then just wrap them up, and there's the like present that you give somebody. So
Okay, we have to go on a small tangent about Quality Street because me and Court get it. Okay, have you had any this year?
they're not in the cans. They're
You-
all in like
No,
these, like
we got a can. My mom got a can for Christmas.
there wasn't any cans.
Well, there's cans. Here's the thing, they're in paper now because there's no single-use plastics.
Oh yeah.
And there's no paper on the inside to indicate which one's which. All the designs, you have to look at the outside of the container to guess it.
Oh, interesting.
When
I didn't see the cans, I was just like, well, I'm not getting any of them.
my mom got a can on Black Friday at Walmart, and I was having some on the weekend, and I was like, what the fuck? First off, it's paper. What the fuck is this? And I'm like, I don't know any of these flavors in these new wrappings. I wish there was a piece of paper that could tell me.
what kind of candy is it?
It's Nestle chocolate. There's like a bunch of different
Nestle.
flavors.
Yeah. Tend to be tougher, chewy in some cases. Some of them have like a soft, like strawberry filling or like nuts in the middle. They're all assorted. But yeah, they used to be in these like different colored things, and then you would be able to see what they looked like and be able to pick. And then there would always be like these random ones that nobody ever wanted that would just like end up just staying there, like the toffee ones.
Okay, Court, which one's your go-to? Which one?
The green triangle one that has nuts in it.
Baby girl, that's the only one.
Yeah, what kind of nuts?
It's hazelnut.
Oh, okay, hazel. I can
Yeah.
rock with the hazelnut.
It's basically a chocolate covered Nutella square. I literally go for the square, and then you have the
Very
orange
nice.
ones that look like a circle. That's just chocolate orange.
A purple, like I don't know what shape it is. It's
That one's fudge, I think.
okay. Yeah, I like that one too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Back to food. So, Gonz did a really good Winterfest cake reel. Which looked kind of complicated to make.
Oh, it's extraordinarily cake.
Okay,
Yeah.
what were the ingredients in it? What were the fruits that you ended up using to make it?
Yeah. So again, to draw the mental image, right? It is a buttercream cake, a white buttercream cake that for some reason is entirely covered by rosemary. Right, just like literally just entirely engulfed by rosemary, right? And then the top has a cranberry compote, right? And also a random acorn, because that's something that you put on a cake, I guess. But yeah, so at the end I went with cranberry. The reason why is because if you look at the Sims version, there are red berries, but then there are also blackberries and purple berries. And I was certain that it must have been like a compote of like, again, blackberry, cranberry, blueberry, etc. But then I actually looked, and apparently cranberries come in different colors depending on their ripeness, right? So I figured at the end of the day, it must just be cranberry. And of course, it's the winner, so cranberry tracks. So that's ultimately what it was.
And the acorn in Florida, or do they have acorns?
It's a fake acorn. Don't tell anybody. I bought it at Michael's.
Okay.
Nice. Michael's.
I couldn't find like an actual acorn.
Layers of the cake was it that you?
How many layers? Okay,
Yeah.
so officially the Sims one is 2 layers, right? And it's like a thick layer, then buttercream, and then another thick layer, right? But that just seemed unfeasible to me, right? So in the end, mine was 4 layers, right? Because I usually want my layers to be about 1 inch thick, right? Because I feel like any bigger and they're kind of like tough cake, at least my experience of it. So I ultimately that's what I went with, 4 different layers, and it was a pain in the butt. Every single time I would do 1 layer, I'd have to put it in the refrigerator so that it froze up, and then I'd bring it back out, and then do another layer of buttercream, then put it back in, bring it back out, and do another layer of buttercream. It was a pain in the butt.
How long did it take you to do? How long was the process?
The whole cake took me like
Yeah.
6 hours.
Damn,
Oh my
that's crazy. That's crazy.
Welcome to like being a culinary student. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, if you
Yeah.
ever have to do that again, here's what you actually do to make it faster. Make a giant sheet cake and then cut out your inches.
Got it.
That's
There you go.
significantly faster.
Oh, that's very true. That's very true.
Noted.
I think
Noted.
one of the things that I learned after doing a lot of research, actually, and Stassi, feel free to correct us here, but I've heard that a lot of people, especially like foodie hipsters, tend to be like, "Oh, you're making cake out of the box. You're the worst." And I've heard that box cake is like the best cake. Like you cannot replicate box cake in its like fluffiness and everything like that. What's your take on that?
That's a good question. I actually like box mix. I don't I use it sometimes. It is phenomenal, but you have to hack it up to take it to the next level.
Right.
Which you would do. So like if I was Duncan Hines is no longer available in Ontario, so it's really hard to get Duncan Hines stuff. But like my wedding cake and stuff like that was boxed because it was the literal cheapest I could do it at like literally Walmart, like 3 for $5, guys. Like I not breaking the bank here. But honestly, how you make a cake mix better is you add, so if it's 3 eggs, you add an extra yolk. And then you add a spoonful of butter, and then you go and get instant pudding and you put that in there, and that brings extra moisture in.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Oh.
Wow, we just got the tips and tricks here. Oh
I
my
know,
goodness.
right?
Right.
Follow
And
Stas
then
for more tips.
anytime, guys. Like I'm just like, I don't have a lot of Sims towny knowledge, but I just like to have enough food knowledge to like bore you guys.
Where's the cooking podcast? Where's the cooking podcast?
Be like, what's up, Stassi?
Honestly, my goal one day for this would be, like Hot Ones. But do it as a cupcake version, and I would make you 10 cupcakes, and I would ask you questions per. That was my end goal for this. I'd actually do it in person with somebody. And actually, if I got to do that in real life, I'd be like, podcast is done. I have done other dreams. But I did do a podcast with Riki Tiki back in the summer talking about the difference between a professional baker versus a home baker. And I gave a lot of tips and tricks of basically, here's the knowledge that I have. Don't spend $15,000 on a piece of paper to say you can cook cookies. Like I just gave you the knowledge for free.
Right.
So
absolutely.
Yeah, but yeah, cake mixes. So the best ones in the States, obviously Duncan Hines. Number 2 would be Pillsbury. Number 3, actually the Walmart home brand one is up there. The last is always Betty Crocker because they don't use 2% dried milk in the powder. They use skim, so it's already dry to begin with, so you have to then add extra stuff to make it. Yeah, and then something as well, if you want, is if you're making a box cake and you really want it to be moist, like as you were saying, they're usually dry when they're bigger. That's because a lot of people forget that when you are making a cake in a metal pan, it still actually cooks afterwards.
Right.
So I cook everything in tin foil, because once it's out of the oven, the heat's gone. So there's no more cooking time. I cook it to that point. So it's always very moist. So even my cookie trays, they're tin foil. My cupcake trays, tin foil. And when I make cupcakes, I cook them physically themselves in a tin foil cup and then cook it in a tin foil tray. By doing that, what happens with cupcakes is the batter and the fat sinks to the bottom because it's heavy. And that's when you have gross paper. And you're gonna lose your moisture really quickly. But if you have it in a tinfoil cup, it can't do that. The moisture gets trapped in there, which will make your cupcakes last an extra 3 to 5 days if you properly refrigerate them.
That's exactly what I do when I make cupcakes. When I make the winter cupcakes.
But yeah, it's long story short, cake mix. Don't knock it till you try it. And there are ways to improve it. It's also a really good stepping stone. And honestly, I like using it if I'm going to get really crazy with flavors. I don't have to really mash it out. Or if I'm only making 4 cupcakes, figuring out the math of 4 cupcakes is pretty hard, but in a mix, I'm like, you just know it. So
Got it.
Yeah.
Can I give you a hot take though, real quick?
sure.
I'm a little surprised because, God, I'm gonna sound ignorant. So when I heard that y'all are from Canada, and then Nard, you need to back me up here, all right? Because this is
I
gonna go
got you.
poorly, all right?
I got you.
I was pretty confidently certain that y'all just like ate like whale blubber and like fermented fish, and that was just like your general.
Are you fucking with us? Like, I just want to know. Okay, because so many Americans have asked us, like specifically me, that in the years I've been traveling to the States. And I'm like, I live in fucking Ontario. I like go to Detroit. It's the same.
Yeah.
It looks the same.
That's what I eat.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, well, she's out east.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I just
That's
thought
funny.
I just thought y'all like, hunted your own game, and you only have like one McDonald's in your entire city.
Yep.
It's just it's
Oh my god. Every Canadian, because I have a lot of Canadians that listen to this, are just like, unfollow.
Yeah. Oh,
You just canceled yourself in Canada.
Uh-oh.
I'm just saying.
all right. I'll make it up to them.
Next you're gonna say you don't like Drake. Like
Uh-oh.
And you're gonna tell me
Well,
that
just kidding.
Starbucks is better than Tim Hortons? Like,
All right, well, I met
Well-
Drake, so whatever.
Oh, that's cool.
When he was filming God's Plan, I happened to run into him.
oh
Oh.
really?
That's cool.
He did it in Miami. So I
Yeah.
ran into him. Yeah. He so I met Drake, and I also met Chris Brown because he was filming his God, he was like first music video ever. I know that's not a flex, Chris Brown of all people, right? But I met him when he was when he was at my university
Oh, dope.
filming.
was
stuff
it
like
Run
that.
It with Jules Santana?
No. It was the one that it's the one that he did with T-Pain. It was like literally like his first one ever.
Oh,
Oh,
my
dope.
god.
Yeah.
That
Cool,
is
though.
a throwback where it starts with like when they're on the
T-Pain.
radio.
Yeah, exactly.
100%. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's funny.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep, I go
God.
back. I've met a lot of famous people. That's like a random thing, but all right.
All right, cupcakes.
Yeah, cupcakes.
Oh. So this is what I do when I do cupcakes. So I figure out what flavor I want, right?
Mhm.
And that's the most important part, really, is if I want like a strawberry cupcake or whatever. Then from there, I figure out exactly which grocery store I want to go to get the cupcakes. And then from there, I usually just either go to Vons or I go to Walmart, and then I'll go get the cupcakes. And then I'll come home, and then there we go. Already
You
freshly
don't
baked.
have yours like custom ordered and brought to your house? Man, I can't relate, I guess.
Nah. I just go to Walmart. Yeah.
I'm like literally dying. These are the Christmas cupcakes I'm making for my potluck next week. Eggnog, gingerbread, white peppermint hot chocolate, mocha hot chocolate,
Dang.
and champagne. I was like,
Sheesh.
I want to do that.
Like I need to move to like close to you.
Yeah,
I
so
I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, so like eggnog is like a quintessential like Christmas drink,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
kind of gross.
It's
isn't
really
it?
gross.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like
It's
it.
not, it's not for me. My husband,
I
that's
like
his
it.
shit. He drinks.
Isn't there raw egg in it?
I think
I
so.
think so, yeah.
That's probably so in the United States you can't have raw egg. Like that might be okay like anywhere else in the world, but here in America you cannot have a raw egg. You will get salmonella and you will have a bad time. All right?
You know what? That's rich. I have a bone to pick with America about this, okay? Because you will ask how to cook your burger in
Yep.
Canada. It has to be well done. Like
Yeah.
there's
Oh my
no-
God.
Yeah.
So random tangent, but I need to talk about it.
Sure.
So I have phobias about certain foods. All right. And in fact, just all foods in general, right? Like if I do something that I think is going to compromise my health in some way, I will zero in and focus on this thing more than anything else. Okay. However, all that being said, I cannot not be respectful. I have to be respectful to everybody I speak to at all times. So I was at a friend's house. Okay. And we were having a barbecue. He had burgers and hot dogs, whatever. I'm great. So they served me the burger, and I grab it and I take a bite out of it. And when I look at it, it is just
Red.
pink in the middle. And I'm standing there like, So I start having a panic attack in my head, right? So like I'm going crazy because I'm like, I'm gonna die now. That's number one. That's what pops in my head. It's like I'm dead, right? And then, but I can't spit it out. So I'm like, well, my choices are die or be rude. So I was like, guess I'm dead now, right? And so I swallowed it and I thought to myself, okay, I'm gonna put the burger down. I'm gonna like grab the hot dog and I'm just gonna kind of hope everyone forgets that it's on my plate, right? That was my goal here, okay? And like, listen, all right, you guys have to understand this, all right? Ground beef is not safe unless it is cooked to 160 degrees, unless you ground the meat yourself. That is the only time it is safe, which is why if you go to a restaurant, absolutely have a medium rare burger because they ground that beef themselves. It's fine. But if it's from like a store, you need to cook that thing until it's brown or you will die. All right. And that is just, oh my God. I'm such a stickler about that. If chicken is the worst because I'll be eating chicken or turkey, and if it's pink, I won't eat it. And I remember my dad one time was like, that's the smoke. When it gets smoked, it turns kind of red. And I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about, old man. Like all right. So I have a real problem with that stuff. All right.
But
Now,
you know what? That's a terrific segue. The grand turkey dinner.
Oh.
That is that you
Oh yeah, we are. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's true.
Forgot about Winterfest.
about Winterfest.
Yeah, we've completely forgotten the topic. Yeah. So the Sims has two different types of like grand meals three for Christmas, right? You have the grand turkey, you have the ham, of course, and then you have the vegan tofurkey, which
Yes.
Yeah.
For our vegan lovers up. No hate to vegans or
I would try it.
vegetarians.
Try it.
You would try it?
Yeah, I would.
Okay,
Yeah.
have you guys ever tried turducken?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I haven't.
Yes, I have.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, you stuff. So what is it? You stuff a chicken into a duck, which
Into
is
a turkey.
which is then stuffed into a turkey.
Wow, I
Yeah.
never had that before. Yeah, nah, we just either deep frying a turkey, we put the turkey in the oven, whatever. We ain't doing any of that roasting stuff. We ain't stuffing chicken into a turkey, into a ham and all that. We just doing it normal.
Honestly, it is a white people thing. Honestly, like
That's what I was trying to keep it PC. I was trying to stay PC, you know.
Love you guys.
Get canceled.
What are y'all's favorite, like, let's say top 3 favorite Winterfest foods, and in this case I mean Christmas. I presume we all celebrate Christmas, so what is it?
Gonz, you go first. I'm curious.
Okay, this is not going to make any sense to y'all because I'm Latino. All right.
Okay.
So, all right, the top of this list, all right, is my mother's stuffing. Okay. Now let me explain, because we have to have a conversation now. Most people that are listening, and then most of you who are on this call, presume that stuffing is bread stuffing. Okay, which is just bread that goes into two. Okay, that is not Latino stuffing in the slightest. Latino stuffing is like this amalgamation of meats and raisins. All right, it literally like ham and like raisins and eggs and pork and all of it's just like in a congealed mass that is I'm selling it right now. I know that I am selling
good. You had it for Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So that's my favorite thing. The second favorite thing that I have is milk flan, right, which we call flan de leche. That's typically the main dessert that we eat. And then the third thing is macaroni and cheese. That's my favorite. Yeah. It's a great combo. It's a great combo.
I don't know about you, Stassi, but it's in Canada, like, I don't know if it's popular to have mac and cheese as like your side. We're definitely more into potatoes. And so I have to represent mine. So my family is from Harbor Grace, Newfoundland. And in Newfoundland, we have what's called a jigs dinner or boiled dinner. And we will boil our potatoes and our turnip and our cabbage and our like carrots, everything all together with our salt beef. And so then you take it out and the vegetables all taste like this, and then it gets smothered in gravy, and then you eat that with your turkey or your chicken or your ham, whatever one you end up doing. Most of the time it's turkey. And also with our turkey, we stuff it with like the breads that you were talking about.
Give
Yum.
me a good jigs dinner. As
Yeah.
the only mainlander in my family, I've had many jigs dinners in my life. Yeah.
It's
Yum.
so good.
What about you, Nard?
I'm the opposite. We do Chinese food for Christmas Eve because I'm over on the West Coast, and I feel like a lot of my family members are on the East Coast, so I don't really get a chance to celebrate, Christmas and stuff with family. So for the past 10 years, I've been basically either doing my own thing for Christmas, which is usually nothing. Then my best friend lives in LA, so now I'm able to go hang out with my best friend in LA and then just have food with their family. But what I like is the tradition that they do on Christmas Eve where they have Chinese food. So that will probably be my number one. And then on Christmas Day, typically they would do like, a turkey, a side, and then if I'm lucky, he will make his mac and cheese. So I would throw mac and cheese up there as my top three, along with the Chinese food. And then the third item, I don't know. I'm a sucker for like veggies. Like I love like some good collard greens back in the day. Like if I'm like having family or dinner at home, like the mac and cheese, the collards, and then also the barbecue. We usually have like pulled pork barbecue too, which is amazing if you're from the South, especially the southeastern parts of United States. Has
Yeah,
like some of the best barbecue.
I had a partner who was from the South, and I ate so good.
Mm-hmm.
I gained like 20 pounds, man. It was always like it was literally a smorgasbord of food that I couldn't imagine. It was so
Yeah.
good.
It's really
Awesome.
good.
What about you, Stassi?
I was thinking about it. I would say number one would be my mom's stuffing.
Okay.
It's not as fancy. It is Newfie stuffing, which is bread, savory, and onions. And it is the fucking best. That's how I make my stuffing. Number two, I would say turnip from Newfoundland. Specifically from there. Turnip in Ontario is garbage, and I only like it from there. Number three is kind of more of a cop-out, but I'm a big gravy person. Like I will just chug gravy. Like it's like a fucking drink pretty much. So at the end of like my dinner, after I've eaten up all the good stuff, I will pour a giant fucking vat of gravy and then like 6 buns and just soup everything up. Like that is like how I end my Christmas dinner. And my family knows because they will save me buns so I can do that. So
I will say as well, like the leftovers that take place after turkey, like soup that you can make, the hot turkey sandwiches that you can make after, like, you're eating afterwards like forever. It's amazing. Also with Newfoundland, so like brunch is such a big deal for us as well, and Christmas brunch for us is always like a big thing right after opening presents. It's about having like the big smorgasbord of brunch. But in Newfoundland we have these thing called toutons, so we're really big into like making homemade breads, and like my grandmother will make like 20 things of homemade bread and like just like give it to like everybody, like all of the relatives. And when you're making the bread, you have all these like the leftovers, and we will take that and turn this into these like really thick pancakes. And then you put syrup and butter over them, and people are obsessed with them.
There's a distinct lack of whale blubber. I'm a little disappointed.
Yeah, there's no whale blubber. There's no seal blubber. There's no puffins.
So no fish, huh?
Nope.
I mean, we eat fish, but like it's like lobster and like scallops and oysters and mussels, alive. Oh.
You gotta admit though, if you go hunt your food before the holidays and actually prepare it, I feel like that's like even better though. I bet
Actually,
it
I
tastes a
will
lot better.
say, my family, again from Newfoundland, have never been able to call me on my birthday because it's moose hunting season. Um, and so they're all gone. They have to wish me when they come back. They're in the middle of nowhere killing a moose or a bear.
I
Um,
love that so much for you. I
yeah.
got sad that, but that's I haven't heard.
the whole thing to like even the scraps go to the dogs. Like it's like the whole thing gets used, and it's like there's like 6 to 8 family members that all go. I don't know how they always end up getting them. They must split up or something. But yeah, and what happens is one of them ends up with like the lottery license that you can get because not everybody's able to go get a moose. Anyway, I know way too much about this stuff. Sorry. Like, I've watched my dad got one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Gory. Love it.
one of the things that I'm realizing is I actually have a tremendous difference in traditions than the lot of you. So
Yeah.
Latinos don't celebrate Christmas on Christmas. So we eat our Christmas dinner on Christmas Eve, right? On the 24th, and then we open presents at midnight on the 25th. So
Oh.
the day of Christmas, like so ironically for Latinos, Christmas Day is relaxed for all the work that you just did the day before, kind of.
Like that,
We do that too.
Yeah.
We do that too, Gonz.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Because
we open our presents at night.
Yeah. It's just always it's always been a thing. Yeah, we don't have that whole concept of like waking up and being like, oh, it's Christmas, and then just running over it. No, we don't have that at all.
Same.
Another thing with Newfoundland, we have this thing on December 23rd called Tibbs' Eve. And it's like we just go out to the local legions and get drunk. It's a really popular thing.
Sorry,
Oh, wow.
that is yeah.
Are y'all doing that this year?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, have a drink for me.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have some screech. On me jib.
You know, thinking about Christmas, I would say that it's my favorite holiday, right? But I think it's so like for me it's so much wrapped in like nostalgia, you know? Cuz like you look back at like some of your childhood and maybe you have good times, maybe you don't or whatever. But you know, I feel like I grew up on like the tail end of like the commercialism of like the early 2000s and everything like that like, you know, there was just so much stuff that would just came out as a kid that I got a chance to experience that I guess it always was like an exciting time for me, you know? But it was
Me, baby.
I would probably agree with you too, Gonz, especially the nostalgia part growing up as a kid, you know, like waking up and then doing the whole presents at night. Then on Christmas Day, you go hang out with family and stuff. I enjoy that part. And then as I got as an adult, I felt like I lost that like great feeling of Christmas, you know, like now it's more like I'm waiting for just time off from work or I'm the most broke at the end of the year. So like, I'm not really doing much because of that. Right. And so I think that's why now it makes it like my least favorite, I guess, holiday. Okay. But I think that could change if I ever get kids. Then I feel like I would have more of a reason to celebrate it more because it's not about me now. It's like giving them those nostalgic feelings that I had as a kid too, you know? So that's why I like Halloween so much because that's my month, baby.
Okay, how were you when you stopped believing in Santa?
What do you mean?
What?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
You're such a villain.
Yeah.
Because my mom was brilliant about this because my mom could never ever give Santa credit for the money that she just spent. So when I was what?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
So when I was 8 years old or whatever, and I was like, Mom, what about Santa? She's like, what do you care? He only ever bought you socks.
You know, I think so. I actually have a conversation with my brothers about this a lot, and it's actually a valid point, right? There's something about the mystery and the magic of Santa Claus that I think is important for children, but at the
Yeah.
same time, there's something to be said about the fact that Santa does devalue the work of the parent. You know,
Yeah.
the parent goes through so much for their children, only for their children to think that there's this like magical being who just gives them these things that they deserve. You know what I mean? And I I feel like what I would do is that I would have like the gifts from parents and then like one gift from Santa. Like, oh, this one was from Santa. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of what I would do.
I
Yeah, we
love that
had both.
as well, because like how many kids go to school that maybe don't have
Exactly.
as much,
Yeah.
and then they're just like, oh wow, like little Johnny got
Mhm.
like, all of this, like
Right.
why does Santa like him so
Right.
much
Mhm.
more than me?
F
Exactly.
Johnny.
Exactly. And I think
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah, I think there's a like a very there's a lot to be said sort of like about that, you know? And I think it's as for myself, like I was never as far as my mom is concerned, I still believe in Santa Claus because we never had that conversation. I I think I just at some point was like, all right, I get it.
Yeah.
And I think so the thing about my family though is that the way that we grew up was that we would always pretend so like our tradition was that during like so what would happen is like at around like 11:30 at night we all the kids would get ushered into a bedroom to like sleep, right? And then Santa Claus would come and you would like hear him in the house and like whatever. And then like he would leave. And as the kids ran out of the door, like you would hear the main door close and Santa disappeared and all the gifts were there, right? So that's how we would do that, right? Um, and as you grew up, the rite of initiation was you're a little kid that believes in Santa Claus. You're a little kid that's incredulous of Santa Claus, but you're still playing along with it. And then finally, you're a big kid who kind of knows better, but you're still playing along because that's like the spirit of the season. So you're with the other kids pretending that this is all real. And then eventually you graduate to not having to go to the bedroom and instead just hanging out outside because you've outgrown it, right?
Mhm.
So our family culture has always made it of like, oh, it's never about like, oh, you still believe in that? You're such a little like it's become part of our like history of like
That's
where
so
you are at, you know?
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's cute.
yeah.
I was the opposite.
Hmm. Oh
Because
yeah.
my dad was very religious, so he would
Mhm.
like say there is no Santa Claus. And then my mom, who wanted to keep the spirit
Yeah.
alive, was like, "Yeah, well, there is, of course, there's that whole religious
Mm-hmm.
Christianity aspect of it, but there are helpers and stuff, and yeah, it's okay to believe in Santa or whatever." So I had that going on because they were going through a divorce, or they were actually already divorced, and so like my biological dad was super religious, telling me this, and then my mom was telling me that.
Mhm.
And then eventually, like, kids were like, yeah, there's, public schools. They're like, yeah, there's no Santa. So I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I guess my dad was right.
No joke.
Yeah.
What about
Yeah.
you, Stassi? What was your Santa experience?
It's interesting. I've lived a couple different styles of life
Mhm.
in my life, I should say. My dad told me when I was 9 on my way home after he was dropping me off to see, like, go back to my mom's. He like literally got out of the car. He's like, just see, by the way, like Santa's not real, and like dropped me off. And I was like, oh, okay. Like I kind of already knew, but I was kind of just playing on for the magic. My mom had this special Christmas paper, and that's how Santa would write me back from the letter.
Mhm.
But I found the paper one day. And I was like, hey mom, what's this? And I was like 6. And she's like, oh, Santa left it. I don't know. I can't really remember when I was just kind of like, hey, like to stop, because I was an aunt at such a young age. I've been an aunt now for 18 years.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
wow.
So I have always had young nieces and a nephew. So I've always tried to keep the magic alive. But like Christmas was just always, it was just interesting in my household because my parents divorced when I was 4 years old, and
Mhm.
they just always tried to outdo each other, and I was always torn. I had to have Christmas at that on this day, and like I never had, like, I don't think I ever really woke up in my bed and got to play with my toys without being carted off to the next house. And then I had to go here and do this. Or my dad would buy more presents than my mom could afford because my dad was a little bit more well off. And then I liked my dad more because he got me the better toys, which made my mom upset because my mom didn't have as much money, but she actually got the stuff that was on my list versus my dad just bought me expensive toys. And it was just, it's always just kind of been that way. And I can't really tell you like a really good Christmas that I had in a really long time, like family wise, especially this year. This Christmas is, I'm not, me and half my family haven't really talked in a couple months. And it's really starting to weigh on me in the holiday times. Like, should we, you know, like, should we try to patch things up? Should we not? I'm kind of waiting it up to them because they're the adults in the situation and I'm the child. But like, the thing is like my dad would just go out of the way and be like, here's like $2,000 worth of Christmas presents and here's $500 and we used to go to the Caymans a lot. So like, oh, we're flying everybody out to the Caymans. And it like that aspect of it was kind of fun, but it's not actually what I wanted.
Well, I completely know where you're coming from. So I come from, without, I can't get too specific, but I come from a very, very well off family. Yeah. And because of that, and I say this understanding like the full privilege that I have, right? But I was never surprised about anything.
Yeah.
And the reason why was because my father and my mother would come up to me and be like, so what do you want for Christmas? And I'd say, I want this, this, and this. And I'd be like, okay, let's go and get that for you. So then we would go. And I would be the one who grabs it and goes, okay, this is what I want for Christmas. And then they go, okay, great. And then they'd buy it. And then my mom would be like, all right, here you go. You can't use this until Christmas Day. So they're going to put it away. Right. And I'm like, okay. And then Christmas Day would come along and like all the kids would be getting all their surprises. And I'd be like, yeah, I know what this is. And I would just open it and be like, yay, I got the thing I wanted. But like, I was grateful. But because of that, it actually developed this thing with me. And this is to this day, where I'm not great at thoughtful presents. I'm more like, please tell me what you want and I'll give you anything you want. Just tell me what it is, right? And like, I think I'm being like, in my head, I think I'm being like amazing because I'm like, I'll literally give you whatever you ask me for. But like, people want you to like think about it. You know what I mean? Like people want you to put thought into it. You know what I mean?
That's how I am,
actually, there are ways to do it. My husband, before we got married, did a really awesome way of doing that, where we were just randomly talking. He's like, if you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go? It's like, I would go to Iceland because I'm really into geothermal energy and I'd love to see the hot water tanks and how they heat up the city.
Wow.
And also Game of Thrones. Anyway, so I said that to him. He's like, okay, anyway, I don't think anything of it. And then I open up my my Christmas present and it's a passport thing with
Airline
like
tickets.
and then also a book that's, you know, all of the touristy stuff that you can do for it. And yeah, it was really thoughtful and it was a way of figuring out what I wanted without asking and then making it happen. So there are ways to do it if you want to, just as a thought.
Nice.
Yeah.
But I'm also, I don't like presents as much for similar reasons that you've mentioned. My mom would go crazy at Christmas and it would like bankrupt her. And then she would be so depressed afterwards because she didn't have any money. And it, as a result, made me feel like that part of the holidays was really superficial. There's so much to the holidays that are wonderful though. And I don't discredit that. And like, I love watching my nieces open presents and get excited about things, but I tend to be strategic about what I get them and being minimal about it as well. Like I'll get a book, but like they won't know what book it is, and that book is tailored to their personality. Same with like the toy that I end up getting them or the outfit I end up getting them. But yeah, I just try to be practical about it. But yeah, I just like the idea of doing stuff together, and also it's the quality time for me. I think, like, if we're talking about love languages, like, I think quality time is definitely my thing. So, and even for presents, like, I have such a hard time telling somebody if I want something that's materialistic. Like, I want to go on an adventure with you. Like, let's go somewhere. Like, but also
you want experience. You want experience.
Yeah, but not everybody wants that. Like, and it's like, one of my best friends, like, her love language is definitely gifts, and she has a daughter now, and so it's like, about getting her daughter something that's going to be absolutely adorable, and just trying to tailor to who the person is and stuff. So, but I'm getting her something too, because it's not just about not just about the baby. So
my love language is Sims lore. Is what it
Oh!
is. No, so honestly though, like, having said all that, I wish it was just okay to give people money. Like, I really wish it was. I wish it was kosher, because that would make life so much easier for, like, people that I don't super care about.
Hold on. That's not a thing. That's
No,
literally what I've been
it's-
giving my
no.
family for years.
No, it's not
I just
okay.
walk
No.
up
It's
to
not
the
okay.
but that's what they want. They're like,
no,
just
I
give us money.
understand.
Yeah.
I wish I could go up to a friend, because, like, I'll listen to friends, like, complain about, like, being able to get gas or being able to, like, afford rent, and, like, I just wish that at the end of the year I can be like, here's $200, do whatever you want with it, I don't care. And, like, I feel like that would insult them rather than be like, because okay, so I don't know how it is everywhere, but in America, like,
It
your
was funny.
financial stability is intrinsically tied with your self-esteem. So, like, how you process, like, if someone gives you money, you're like, oh, do they think that I'm poor? Or do they think that I'm struggling? Like, do they think they're better than me? Like it's actually hard. You know what I mean? Like, it's a
I
whole
would
thing.
feel that way. I get it. I do.
Yeah.
But again, I have a certain level of privilege that, like, I'm just like,
Right.
Sorry,
Sure.
I'm
My
just
mom's
like
all about money.
same. I like my mom's like, I'm just gonna give you money, and I'm like,
Yeah.
please, because then I
Yeah.
buy whatever I want that I can't normally get throughout the year.
It's like So
so
I have a humongous family, again, because I'm Latino and we breed like rabbits. And I have, like, a huge family, and then I have to, like, pretend like I care about, like, these third cousins 4 times removed, right? I wish I could just get Visa gift cards and be like, Happy Merry Christmas. Merry
Yeah.
Christmas.
here's
And
your
because
Robux.
Don't even write
Yeah,
their names
'cause-
on them. Don't even write their names on them.
because otherwise I'm just gonna give them the most random thing, and they're either gonna be like, oh, that's cool, or just throw it away. You know what I mean? Like, I would just much rather be like, here, I acknowledge your existence as family. Merry Christmas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's I wish that things were that easy.
Yeah.
You know what I
Well,
mean? Like,
second and third cousins don't get anything from me. It's usually immediate family, and then my mom, who wants freaking money. And I'm like, I'm creative. I like creative gifts. I like to figure out what your personality is or something you need. Even if it is money, I'll figure out how to, like, do it where it's not offensive. But yeah, I like creative gifts. I like to figure out, what can I give you that if you use it throughout the year, you'd be like, damn, that was a really good gift, and Jannar got it for me, So I'm more on the creative side, and I don't give anybody gifts who I don't rock with. So that's just how I
For me, I go out of the way for Jason, because, like, he goes above and beyond for me every year. He comes out with these really creative gifts. I love to give gifts to people that are very thoughtful. I will go out of your way. I'll make custom stuff for you, especially when I used to work at a sign shop and we had spare material all around. Oh my God. Like, I was like a custom machine. My mom she's just like, get me one, like, just, like, get me a gift card to my favorite store. Cause, like, to her, if I get her a gift card to my favorite store, I'm going to go shopping with her, and then we'll have that time together. And then she'll be like, that's kind of more, my dad's side of the family, it's just going to, like I said, going to the bank and being like, okay, this person, I used to be a little bit more gift conscious with my nieces, but now they're all at that age where I don't exist, because I'm not on TikTok enough, or I'm not famous enough to have any paying attention to. That was like, they're always on their phones. And, like, I just like I would give them like $25, be like, yeah, whatever you want. And it's like, that's it. Like, that's the kind of,
Dang, just don't get them nothing.
Yeah, this
Telling
year, so it's just kind of like, I just kind of like was like, okay, like, I worked really hard to do this for you guys. God, you guys appreciate what it's like to be an adult, and try to buy you guys presents. But bye.
And if you're listening, I still love you, sweetheart.
not to go on a tangent about that, Stassi, but my brothers actually like hate the fact that I'm a content creator because they've worked very hard to try to teach their children that like Mr. Beast and all these things are like not viable like careers for people. And there comes Uncle Gonz, who's an up and coming content creator focused
Making
on video games.
pancakes on the internet.
So yeah,
uh,
my nieces and nephews are always like, "Oh, our uncle is an influencer, and like they're like following my progress nonstop."
That's
It's so
cool.
cute.
So
That's
my
so
my
Mhm.
mom knows everything. She's my biggest part. My dad has no idea that I do this, and I've kept him so far in the dark. I don't want him to know this. I don't want him to have any part of this. My stepbrother is a content creator on TikTok. I think he has like, I don't know, like 500,000 subs.
Nice.
Wow.
Okay. He's just, but he's one of those like gross TikTokers though, and it's like, oh my god, like look at this product, it makes me buff. And
So yeah. That's actually, again, not to tangent, but that's a thing about TikTok
Why
right
are
now.
you
It's going to die because
Yeah.
everything on TikTok now is pushing the
Yeah.
TikTok shop. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
And after a while, people are going to be like, "This is stupid." Like, why?
Yeah.
What am I doing here? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Like,
So yeah.
I try to put out content that betters the world.
Mhm.
He makes content about getting cheap blowjobs from hoes on the street.
Oh
So-
shit.
all right, that's fine.
Oh,
I'll
damn.
message
What's his
your
name?
cousin
What's
later.
it-
Yeah.
what's-
What's his name?
yeah, what's his
Hold on,
TikTok
what's his name?
feed?
What's his
No.
what's his, hold on.
I'm just kidding, I'm
I
just
will not self-plug him. He doesn't need my help.
Yeah.
He's so much better off, even though I did it first. I've been around longer.
Oh,
Nice.
So it's actually interesting because if you look at like YouTube content creators, they exist in their own kind of sphere where like they talk to one another and they collab and things like that. When Nard and I talk about content, we don't talk about how to make the most money or anything like that, or even how to get the most views. That happens naturally as a separate part of the conversation. Like, oh,
Yeah.
I happen to do this, and it turns out that this happened in the video and that caused it to go viral. Oh, that's cool. You know what I mean? But if
Yeah.
you go to like the TikTok, like subreddits and forums, it's people playing it as if it was a game where it's like not, they're not even trying to put out art. They're just like, you have to use this song and you have to use this like thing and you have to talk this way, and then your RPM will be super high and your views will be high and you'll make this much a month. It's just like a side hustle for money. That's all it is.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it's really it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's why I
Just
don't-
keep doing you. Stay original with it. You
Yeah.
know.
For sure. 100%.
So, anyways, Chris Gonz, welcome to a normal one of these podcasts.
Yeah.
My podcasts are never structured.
Yeah.
And that-
I like them.
That's actually something that I've had comments about with our
Mm.
podcast. Is like, these are so structured. It's mine are just off the deep end.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's good. They're natural. They're natural
Yeah.
conversations. It's a good thing.
Yes. I
was gonna say we have to talk about Christmas songs though. Before we go.
was gonna say Christmas songs and
Okay.
Christmas movies were my next.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So I have things to say about Christmas songs. All right.
Okay.
So I don't know if y'all know this, but I have the voice of an angel. All right. No, but okay. Can we talk about how problematic Christmas songs are as a
100%.
whole? All right.
Yes.
So the first one obviously is "I Really Can't Stay, Baby."
Oh yeah.
Which is
That's a horrible
basically like,
Yeah. Yeah.
not a great message that you're saying, because like
Yeah.
no's no, folks.
Yeah.
Like let's
Yeah. You're forcing someone to stay, and
yeah, you're
Yeah.
forcing them to hang out, to just, oh yeah, it's not great. Then of course you have grandma got run over by a reindeer. It's like, okay, like grandma slaughtered, that's cool, right? I saw mommy kissing
Mommy
Santa
kissing
Claus.
Santa. Yeah. Or I saw Daddy kissing Santa Claus. If you
Oh,
rock with
true.
the emo
You-
Punk Go Christmas.
That's true. But you know what's funny about that is that it took me forever to realize that the premise of that song is that like the father was Santa Claus or whatever.
Yeah.
I thought that the mom was just like cheating. Like I thought the mom was just
No, I thought it was like, oh, yeah. As a kid, you're like, why is
me and my husband aren't that serious.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yep.
Or what about the song that's like the African song? Like they don't even know it's Christmas there at all.
Oh God, yeah.
I never heard of that one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like a really popular Michael
Yeah.
Bublé one. It's like,
Really?
Yeah.
do they even know? Yeah, it's like we're in Africa. Do we even know that? Do they even know it's Christmas
do they
time
even
at all?
know it's Christmas? Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I never heard that song.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it gets real problematic.
My
But-
favorite Christmas songs are "This Is Halloween."
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my.
But
Or what is this?
also-
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah.
No, from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you.
yeah,
What's
no,
this?
I know.
Sorry, Courtney's just looking at me like I'm insane. I'm like, Jack and Sally are my literal stars on my Christmas tree every year.
You were like, saying something like you didn't know, and I was just like, okay, good, no, okay. I had a moment. I was then about to talk about Betty Boop's Santa Baby. That is also my favorite song.
Oh, Santa Baby's a good one.
Yes.
Yeah.
I could do a mean falsetto. I probably should have do that.
Do it, do it.
But no, I refuse. But so okay.
He's like, no,
I
refuse.
want to talk about Nightmare Before Christmas for a second, because whenever we think of like the Christmas songs, we obviously think about what's this, right?
Mhm.
But I think that the like most underrated song in that entire film is literally when he's explaining Santa Claus to like the
Yes,
council,
yes.
when he's in front of the thing, and he's
Yes.
just like, it all
Yes, good one.
starts with a box. You know,
Yeah.
like I love that
I love
because
that
he's trying to explain it, right? And he's trying to be all cute about it, and the people are like, "Is it full of rats?" Like they're just like dismantling it, and he's like, "Oh my God, like your guys are not getting it or whatever."
Yeah.
I love that. I love that so much.
That's a
honestly-
solid. That's a solid soundtrack too.
I mean,
That's a good
Elfman is a master at everything
Mhm.
he does, but
soundtrack.
yeah, I like that a lot. But insofar as is music though, yeah, the Santa Baby song is cute. One of the what? It's cute.
Oh my god.
Have you guys ever watched Community, the TV show?
Have
by
you
chance?
100%? A million
Okay.
percent.
So there's this one scene where I forget her name. It begins with an A. I think it's Allie or something. I can't actually remember her name. What's her name? I'm trying to remember.
Isn't it
Annie. Sorry, I'm being dumb. All right. No, but anyway, so yeah, Annie. She does the Santa
I
Baby.
literally
thing,
thought
and-
Stassi was asking, "What's this?" Like you really don't know Jack and Sally? Are you serious?
No, I literally
Yeah.
know Jack and Sally pretty
Yeah.
well.
I thought you said, "What is this?" And I just didn't. It didn't register, and I can't believe I just did this on the internet. I'm mortified. I'll
Yeah.
never recover from this emotionally.
Exactly.
You're canceled.
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can't think of any other songs that really like stand out for me that I love to listen to. I actually like between you, me, and the wall and the entire internet, I kind of cringe a little bit about Christmas music. Like whenever I see it just like blasting everywhere, I'm like, I'm not. This is weird. Like I'm not okay with it, you know. But I recognize that it's nice. It's just it's like there's like a whole like 10 songs in the Christmas canon, and they keep getting repeated. Especially freaking Mariah. Let's not even talk about our
Oh
goddess
my
Mariah.
God, at least she's now passed, and now there's
Yeah.
somebody else that's now
Yeah.
the most. As I don't even know that. So many people have talked to me about it this week, but I don't remember who it is.
Which one?
Bublé?
No, it's not Michael Bublé. It's like Aretha Franklin or something. It's like an older song. It's-
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking
thank
about.
you.
No, I know what you're talking. Yeah,
There's a
I'm
more popular song.
Yes.
Yes. So it's so she made a very famous song. The moment I say it, you'll know it, and I can't remember it.
Thank you.
But
Yeah.
she had like on NBC, she actually like redid it this year, and it's blowing up on TikTok and everything like that. So
Oh.
there, if you give me 10 seconds, I'm gonna go to the NBC
Yeah.
Twitter, and then I'll be able to tell you exactly
Okay.
what it is.
I also love "I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas." That's also an awesome song. "Last Christmas" is great too.
I'll also plug Taylor Swift "Christmas Tree." I'm just a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, or "'Tis the Damn Season." Also saying.
Now my jam is "I Won't Be Home for Christmas" by Blink-182. That's probably like my all-time favorite.
I
Yeah.
won't be home.
Yeah,
I
that's my
won't be
jam.
home
Won't be home for
Christmas.
Christmas.
I
I
won't
won't be home. Yeah, that's my jam. And then I gotta go with "Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time" because it just brings
Yes.
back when I used to work at Bath and Body Works, and they used to play that song all the time. So it's like simply having a wonderful Christmas time.
I did not know you were a Bath and Body Works guy.
Amazing.
How many
Yeah.
podcasts
Oh, yeah.
have we done together? I didn't know this.
I never told you that. We need to talk
No.
about work then, real life.
We
like, all our
holiday
employments.
retail jobs. I used to be a manager
Yeah.
at Michael's. Okay, I fucking
Yeah.
have heard it all the goddamn Christmas
Yeah.
songs starting in August. Okay, like
Mhm.
I've done it all.
Yeah.
So
My senior. Okay.
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
no,
I was gonna
uh,
say my senior year all the way throughout college was Bath and Body Works in the movie
Okay.
theater, but yeah.
oh
Okay.
wow. So the song that we were talking about earlier is from Brendan Lee, and the
Thank you.
song is "Rocking Around the
Yes.
Christmas Tree." Have a happy
Oh, yeah.
holiday. That's the one that's blowing up now as like the #1 like song or whatever.
Okay.
Ah.
Okay.
I mean,
yes.
I mean, Mariah's cringe, but that woman can sing though. She can hit notes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
that no
true.
one
used
else-
to.
Yes, used to. Yeah. used to,
Asterisks.
yeah.
Anytime she's on anything now, sorry, everybody who likes Mariah Carey, you can come for me in the comments or whatever. But she like ruins every performance. Like she'll be like, "Oh, I didn't have my tea beforehand," and then like walk off stage. This happened multiple times now.
Well, she's
Bring me
the
back to her
epitome of the
candy
diva.
era, okay? Like, just saying.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you on that one.
I love Carol of the Bells by Pentatonics.
Oh,
You know
God,
what-
Oh, that's a good one. That's a
Yeah.
good one.
Do you guys remember that one time between like 2016 and 2018 when like acapella was relevant?
Yes.
Yes.
That was
Because
that
it's
was
pitch
like
perfect.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
that
pitch
time.
perfect kind of, and everyone was singing. Everyone was into it. It was like, oh, acapella is like it was the Taylor Swift of the era. And now and now it's just like they come back for Christmas every now and again, and that's it.
Okay, what about Christmas
I won't
movies?
be
There's
home.
so many good ones out there. What are your guys' favorite Christmas movies?
Die Hard.
Yeah, hell no. I like
There's-
Bad Santa.
Yeah. I said, there's always one person that will scream out Die Hard in any of that conversation.
I was stealing it. I was stealing it. I knew
No,
one of
so
You were waiting for it.
so I have so for me, I just threw my chicken nugget. Sorry, I have a random chicken nugget that I hold in my hand. It's actually a keychain. It's not a real chicken nugget.
I was
I was
gonna
about
say,
to
so have
say,
you
from
been
where?
eating chicken nuggets?
Yeah.
When did you get food? We've been
I
here for like
know.
an hour and a half.
I know.
You have not moved.
No, it's a realistic. It's a
order
real.
and
It's a realistic McDonald's chicken nugget. It actually looks really real, doesn't it? But anyway, all right. So mine is a Christmas Story. It is a classic film that I watch on Christmas whenever I get a chance. It's not very good. I just like it. I don't know. I like it a lot. I also like Home Alone. A
One
lo-
or two.
I like
One.
Christmas Story.
One. I don't like two because Donald Trump.
No.
That's fair. That's fair. And then 3, 4, and 5, I forget that they
Yeah,
exist. for
yeah,
Home Alone.
exactly.
And the
exactly,
series.
Exactly.
Yep.
What about
Okay.
you, Nard?
I think I'm gonna go with Bad Santa
Okay.
and A Christmas Story, and then maybe Home Alone, I guess, and Gremlins. I guess Gremlins count as a Christmas movie, yeah, or no?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, sort
Yeah.
of. Sort of.
Sort of,
I think
yeah, because it's
If
Yeah.
Die Hard counts, Gremlins counts. And
as
it's
long as
also,
there's snow.
I think Gremlins is on Disney Plus under the Christmas category.
Oh
Is it?
God, you just triggered something in my head. I have a new favorite movie and I need to talk about it right now because I just realized I watched it religiously when I was growing up.
Okay, what was it?
Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
oh, that's funny.
That
That's a
movie
good one.
was incredible. It is such a great.
Oh, talk
It
about
is-
nostalgia. Okay, I wasn't going to bring this up as like one of my favorite movies, but Look Who's Talking Too with John
Oh,
Oh
Travolta.
yeah,
yeah.
that was a good
Yes!
one too. Yeah.
That one was good.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Those eras were crazy.
The best
Okay.
part of the Christmas Story is when he stuck his tongue on the pole.
Oh
And
God.
then,
Yeah.
that whole movie's so quotable. Rah
It
rah
is.
rah 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 rah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's so messed up. Like the movie
Yeah.
is so
Don't counsel me,
problematic.
by the way.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's problematic in that like the things that it talks about or whatever.
Mhm. Yeah.
But what I love about it is that it's one of those films that gets away with telling you very little. And you like, for example, the father of that movie is so iconic, but he's never named. We just know
Mhm.
him as the father, like because
Yeah.
no one ever speaks his name in that entire film. You know what I mean? So you
Mhm.
just
Yeah.
move along with that kind of information. And oh my god, yeah. And at the ending when they're at the Chinese restaurant, oh man,
Yeah, that was just crazy. They were
that's
like, 'cause
it's
they, yeah.
Chinese turkey.
Yeah. God, that movie's so great. I'm gonna watch. Yeah, I gotta watch that.
Oh,
Literally.
nostalgia.
They
And
a
Bad
couple,
Santa, you can't beat that. Oh
yeah,
yeah, sorry.
like no, like I want to say like 1 or 2 years ago, they actually did like a musical version live on NBC of the Christmas Story that actually
Mhm.
had like Matthew Broderick and like all like these very famous people who did it, which actually was really good. But when you were talking about Bad Santa, Nard, it actually
Yeah.
I know we're still talking about like favorite movies, but I need to interject here. The holidays are the peak time for anybody listening to go to Amazon Prime and watch the worst Christmas horror movies ever
Yes.
created by
Yes.
those studios.
We do that every
All
year
right,
too.
all right,
Yeah.
because there's so like there's one that I love. It's called Sleigh Bells. All right, and it's literally what you think. It's like sleigh bells, like Belles,
Yeah.
and it's literally about like these like three college girls who like get in a situation where they have to kill like Krampus and stuff like that. It's so good. Like I
This
love.
was a good movie too, by
Yeah,
the way.
Krampus was a good. I
Krampus was good.
love I love cheap 1 star like
Mhm.
Halloween
B-rated
or
films.
Christmas movies. Oh god, they're
Mhm.
so because you can tell that either they're doing it to either like launder money or
Mhm.
maybe they just really care about this or whatever, but they don't try at all, and it's just so good. Like I love watching it so much. It's so good. I love it. Anyway,
Just in general, all of those movies suck. Like those Hallmark Christmas movies. It's literally
like-
the same trope every single time. City girl goes
Ouch.
back to country, sees
That
country
hurts my
boy,
feelings.
decides to give up her whole life to go
Ouch.
country
Right.
boy.
Why are you
Now
why are you ruining the Christmas Prince the night
the Christmas
switch?
I will not
The
watch.
night was the night before.
I love Hallmark
No.
Christmas
I
movies.
love
No.
too.
You
They're
cannot
so
say
Yeah.
campy.
No.
I love them.
Comes from the person that watches the crappiest reality shows.
Why are you coming for me? I
Okay,
love
No, I'm
okay.
talking
them.
about both of you.
So-
I'm talking about
so-
both of you and Stas. I mean,
I just-
Courtney.
I just looked it up. Okay. And here are some movies that you didn't know are actually Christmas movies. All right. So I'm gonna hit you with it.
Okay.
Number 1, You've Got Mail. Apparently that's a
Wow.
Christmas movie. All right.
Really?
Iron Man 3 is a Christmas movie because it takes place during Christmas. So it's technically LA Confidential is one of them.
That's a great movie. Great movie.
Yeah. Die Hard, obviously. Gremlins is a Christmas movie. It's considered that. Edward Scissorhands is a
Yes.
Christmas
Yeah, I
movie.
saw that.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what we don't often talk about. Babe is a Christmas movie.
Yes,
Oh,
it
okay,
is.
Little
with the
The
pig.
Little Pig. Yeah, Babe is a Christmas movie.
Dope.
Batman Returns is a Christmas movie.
No, it's not.
Wow.
Not a
Yes.
It
Christmas
is.
movie. As the hardest stand
Right,
Batman
right.
fan here, absolutely not.
What?
Little
What?
Women, the first one, is a Christmas
Wow.
movie. And that's because they play Deck the Halls on their piano, so that's technically a Christmas.
Mm,
Are you gonna tell me
All right.
Mean Girls is a Christmas movie?
I
no.
might get there.
It is.
Steel Magnolias is apparently a Christmas movie also. The Sound of Music.
Hmm,
Yep.
interesting.
These
The
are
Lion, the Witch, and-
stretches.
No, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is one
Yep.
as well. Yeah, I mean that goes without saying. Lethal Weapon.
Oh, really? I like Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, so
Great
apparently
movie.
there's a shootout at a Christmas tree farm, which is why it's
Oh.
A stretch. Just a
All
stretch.
right, it's a stretch, yeah.
It's a stretch. It's a little stretch.
Foxy's blood boiling.
I
right
am
now.
boiling as
But
a
okay,
huge
but
movie
you know what?
buff. I am
I
boiling.
have
Yeah.
so I have an actual like so let me interrupt because I think the real answer to a Christmas movie, and you guys, I know that Courtney's with me, but you guys, I need to see if you guys are on my side. The best Christmas movies to put on in your home to feel like it's Christmas is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone and Harry Potter Chamber of Secrets.
Yes.
Those
Right.
movies give you that feel of Christmas.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Like there's just
And
something about them.
And the fourth one, because they have the Yule Ball.
Sure, that's fair. That's fair. There's something just about the fact that like what happens in that movie, with the exception of the second one, isn't like too terribly bad. You know what I mean? So it's like it's still kind of like fun to watch, and it gives like I don't know. It's cozy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah,
like,
Disability cloak so bad for Christmas.
Also, American Psycho is a Christmas movie.
That's right. That's right.
Like how you just drop Harry Potter, cozy, makes you feel good. Could be a
American
Halloween
Psycho.
movie, could be a Christmas, and then
No.
American Psycho.
That's right, because they did the whole
Yep.
mistletoe thing.
Yep, they did. Absolutely.
Not bad.
Guys, we have yet to talk about the best Christmas movie is Christmas Vacation.
That's a good one.
That is my go-to. That is a
My
hot-
go-to is gonna be American Psycho. No. It's a good one.
Though,
All
yeah,
right.
I think the reason I didn't bring it up is mostly because what's his face is very problematic nowadays. So I
I
don't.
know, but it's just so iconic. It is
It
so
is good.
timeless.
It really is. It really is. Him being like electrocuted by the
Yes.
No one mentioned the Santa Claus either, and those
The
are,
Santa
like-
Claus-
That's a good one too.
I didn't because I didn't get a chance to say my favorite.
Oh, sorry.
Christmas
Please
movie.
go ahead.
Yeah, what's yours?
You guys, I was waiting.
Yeah, sorry. Go. Tell
So
us.
Christmas Vacation, the original Frosty the Snowman.
Like the
Rudolph
little
the
like claymation
cartoon.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Oh, the
cartoon.
claymation
Cartoon.
joints. Oh.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Claymation one?
Yeah, the claymation. The
Okay.
Grinch, the classic, the Jim Carrey Grinch, Elf.
Yeah.
Elf is the
Um,
most amazing movie ever. Oh my god.
No, I didn't like Elf.
How
and-
did you not like Elf? I'm sorry to interrupt. Oh my god.
I don't like Will Ferrell. Sorry, he's just not funny to me. Yeah.
Everything he does is gold.
He's
I-
iconic.
Yeah,
I just don't-
Everything
movie
he
he's ever
does is
been in.
amazing.
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
what's
he's just
going-
not funny. I don't know. He's not funny to me. He's just like I didn't like Anchorman. Like when I moved here to San Diego, people were like, "Oh my god, Anchorman, so amazing."
you didn't like Step Brothers.
The other
He's
guy.
alright.
The other
The
guy.
other guy.
Dirty
I didn't watch
Michael
other guys.
Boys?
Yeah.
I didn't watch it. No.
You didn't like
No.
Night at the Roxbury? Like, come on.
I don't even watch his skits on Saturday Night Live. I just,
Oh my
I
god.
don't know.
my
I just
God.
not a, yeah. I don't know. I just don't. His humor is just not. Okay, I'll tell you what. I liked him when he was in prison. What's the prison movie? What's the prison movie?
Watching SNL videos for your stupid Jeopardy skit, and you didn't watch any of it.
I think Court's not
Get
a
Hard,
longer
by
a
the way.
fan.
Get Hard.
I
Get Hard,
don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, Get Hard was good. Yeah, Get Hard was a good one. Okay, I give y'all credit. I like Get Hard. I like Get Hard from Will Ferrell.
What his most underrated film is Stranger Than Fiction. But Stassi, you had one more to go. I'm sorry.
I
No,
did.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
For not letting her get any of this.
My podcast, guys. It's fine. It's fine. The Night Before. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. It's one with Seth Rogen, Joseph Levitt. Oh, I can't even say his name.
Gordon Levitt.
Gordon Levitt
Gordon
and
Levitt.
Anthony Mackie is so funny.
I don't know. I've never heard of it.
It's a good one. I think
so good. Yeah.
it's so good. It's so good. It's funny. I'm more of a movie person. I also like the campy holiday TV shows, like Charlie Brown's Christmas special,
Yeah, that's good.
all the Disney Channel, the Scooby Doo ones, the Hanna-Barbera Christmas. Like that's my shit. Is anything Christmas card, and also Hallmark Christmas. movies.
Hallmark. Yeah,
Every single Hallmark. I don't care if you're a prince, a chef, a lawyer, a Christmas tree farmer. I'm down
joints
for
be
whatever.
hitting.
Which one? Okay, so since you know them so well, which one was the one with the Affleck where he's trying to like cancel Christmas? I'm more horrible about this. There's like a Hallmark movie where he's trying to like cancel Christmas because it's like against like the law to have like a publicly funded Christmas thing. And at the end of the day he rescinds his lawsuit and he's like, no, Christmas matters. Christmas
Pretty
is
sure
important.
that's just any Scrooge.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
It's been
little,
done before.
little Timmy needs surgery. It's got to be on Christmas Day or something. They have no money. Pretty
Sounds
sure.
familiar though.
Yes.
when I think back to like Christmas, right? I think back to, and again, it was kind of dying out by the time I was a kid, like massively. But I used to remember going to like malls, jokingly. I would go to malls and like they'd be like fully like Christmas covered, and like
Yeah.
they'd have like all the music playing and everything like that. And that was kind of like a lot of the feeling. And I understand, like, there's something comforting about like movies and TV shows that do that. I used to put on like Disney Channel during Christmas and just watch Disney Channel nonstop because they had so many like cheesy little movies. Some of my
Mhm.
favorite movies of all time are from like Disney and Nickelodeon. Like Brink is like one of my most favorite movies ever from Disney. Like it was just like the roller skating
Yeah.
like movie ever. It was just so good. You know what I mean? But yeah, I love that. I love that stuff. Halloween Town for Halloween from
Obviously.
that's a great one too. But yeah,
It's
I
the
love
third
that
one.
stuff.
Or sorry, the fourth one. The fourth one doesn't exist when she goes
Yeah.
off to university and it's not her.
Yeah.
But also shout out South Park, Mr. Hanky. I love Mr.
The
Hanky the
Christmas
Christmas Pooh. Nard's like, what are you talking about? You South
I know. I'm
Park.
like,
You-
I don't watch South Park that much.
Like I'm from North
I know.
Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm from North. Yeah, that's right. I'm from North Park. I don't rock with South. There is a South Park in San Diego too.
That's funny.
So I'm North Park though.
Or
So.
evil robot Santa from Futurama.
Oh,
or
gosh.
any of the first episode of The Simpsons, it being a Christmas special.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Like all of
true.
that
These
stuff,
Simpsons.
right? Like it's just, I don't know, like that's
Found little
stuff to me.
Santa, little helper, Santa's little helper. That was the first episode.
Yep.
of
Wasn't
Simpsons. Yeah.
wasn't the whole like Star Wars saga of Family Guy a Christmas
Yes, it
holiday
was.
thing?
Yes,
Yeah,
it
I
was.
remember that. That was
I
like the power
literally
goes
quote
out.
I literally quote the second movie all the time. Something, something, something dark side. I'll literally be like something, 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 whatever.
Yeah.
Well,
man.
I know what I'm doing this year. I'm gonna watch American Psycho on Christmas Day.
Yes.
Oh my
Goddamn
God.
right, me too. I just might do that too. I'm gonna
watch I'm gonna watch Iron Man 3. That's what I'm doing.
Yo, that's gonna be.
Oh my God. I'll watch a campy Amazon horror film.
Mhm.
Also, okay, the side tangent to some awful Amazon movies out there. So me and Jason have started this new thing. We'll play a board game and we'll watch a movie that correlates with it. So like we if we're playing Kings of Tokyo, we're gonna watch King Kong. Okay, it's just so we played Pandemic. And we
Mhm.
wanted to watch something pandemic, but Contagion, we just don't have it. It's not one of our streaming services. So I found this horrendous documentary, a fake documentary on Amazon. It's called SARS 2029. And it's just basically if SARS continued on. And it is so bad. It's hilariously, we can't stop quoting it now.
What's it called? Stars what?
SARS 2029. It's
2029.
so funny. It's
All right, I'm
so
gonna
like there's a part where they're like, yeah, so like they got rid of jails because they were just so overrun with COVID. So they just put microchips in your brain and you have to stay at your house.
Yeah.
And if you leave your house, your head explodes. So I can't go like and they're like, what if there's a fire? I guess I die.
That's funny.
It's
So-
so
How I want to live.
it's
So
so funny.
There's another one that I think you'd love as well. I don't know if you guys have watched it. It's called No Men Beyond This Point. Okay. So it's fantastic. So what happened basically is that in this film, in this universe, right, women have evolved beyond the need of men, where they are able to reproduce with other women. So
Oh, wow.
everyone's a lesbian, and like there are very few men in the world. So the men that do exist, listen, the men that do exist are like distributed by the government to be like a male presence in homes. They're
wow.
they're almost like maids, where like they're just there to like pick stuff up and like
Yeah.
just be like a safe person in the house or whatever. But the whole film basically is about how like this one, it's like it's in the perspective of the man in like a documentary where like this is his life, and like he falls in love with like one of the women, and like the woman falls in love with him, and like and like they're just like they're confused. It's like, how could you be in love? Like what does he have that I don't? And then she's like,
That's funny. It's funny. Even the cover art shows like the woman in like the chair, and then it's like no men beyond this point.
Yeah.
as like the thing. It's funny.
Are you sure you want to film this Christmas or air this Christmas Day? We could just turn this into like just a chat that we had.
All right, Winterfest.
I think, but that's the point of these. I like it. It's fun. This is fun. It's just fun to just go on side random tangents.
Agreed.
We're really bad at this.
Well, I think we should wrap this up because it's going on almost 2 hours.
Sure.
Keep going. I feel like at this point the listeners are like, my God. I thought we were talking about lore. Okay. Not watching American Psycho on Christmas Day.
Oh, it's happening now.
Yeah, that's gonna
I gotta
happen.
record some videotapes.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, videotapes. Oh, I do have one last thing I want to say. All right.
Yep.
This is important for me to say.
Sure.
I have never once in my entire life seen snow.
What?
Wow.
Mhm.
Oh, come here.
Well, it doesn't snow in Florida though.
It doesn't snow in Florida. I can't.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me draw
Not
you
to
some
dox you, sorry.
perspective. No, it's all right. At 65 degrees, I'm wearing this outside. All right. At 60 degrees, I'm not going outside because at 60 degrees Fahrenheit, by the way, you can translate that to Celsius.
What is that in Celsius, love? There's more people that listen to Celsius.
Okay.
Fahrenheit.
You keep going, Gonz. I'll do it.
No, I got 18.3 degrees Celsius.
You don't leave. That's like a spring summer day here.
No, that is cold as heck here.
What is it right now, Gonz?
Right now, hold on.
You're probably at night, so it was 64 right now in San Diego.
So right now it is 72 degrees Fahrenheit, so that's 22 degrees Celsius. And if I go outside, it's chilly.
Is it snowing where you're at right now, Stas, or no? Yeah, it's snowing where
we've had rain and snowstorms. Like we're gonna have a green Christmas here, which is pissed off everybody. And I'm like, let's have a fucking green Christmas. After last year's snowmageddon that we had like 50 centimeters of snow drop on us in one day, which like shut down highways. See, the thing is everyone's like, snow is like great and all that stuff. Here's the thing: snow is very dangerous on the roads.
Yeah.
Black ice and everything.
Black ice. Like I was saying to you guys, like we were coming back a couple weeks ago and we got stranded because the roads were so bad, and like we almost got in several accidents. So that's the part of winter like I just can't stand. I just can't also stand it just being cold and snow, especially if you're scraping the car off in the morning. The snow is coming back at your face because it's windy. You're just cold now. And then every fucking surface of you is wet. And then you have to get in the car and go to work and continue on the rest of your day.
Remember though, Stas, we don't have to deal with like the lethal animals that like the States has to deal with, right?
Yeah, so
volcanoes, like we're good.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear complaining about cold because you can put on more clothes. You can't take off enough clothing. All right.
Yeah, when it's
so
hot. Yeah.
So earlier today, all right, it was 35 degrees Celsius.
Oh no.
What's that in Fahrenheit?
95.
It was 95 where you were at?
Yeah.
Sheesh. Well, you are on the coast, right? So you got that. What do they call that? The little thing that that goes through.
Guys,
so it keeps it from snowing. And
I would rather be fucking dying of heat than frostbite.
Yeah.
Or when it gets down to like minus 45 Celsius, where your pipes, freeze.
Okay, I get it. You know what it is? You don't understand what humidity is. I think that's the problem.
Humidity.
You don't know what humidity is.
Fuck you! You have no idea what humidity is. No, you're done.
Gonz, they do not understand.
Yeah, they don't get
it.
You don't get it.
It can be because I'm from North Carolina, so it can be 60 degrees at night.
Right.
But when you step outside, it feels like a heater.
Yeah.
Like just blowing hot air in your face.
Exactly.
Like, it's crazy.
Come to Ontario in the summer. I don't know what to tell you. It is pure Vegas. It's like literally me and my girlfriends when we're in Vegas. I'm like, oh, it's a dry heat. We kept saying it's a dry heat. Fucking Ontario. You walk outside, you're already like you're sweating. Like because you're sweating because it's so goddamn humid.
Your hair turns just wet.
I'm a goddamn lion. Okay, my hair is just frizzed out. Gonz, you
Well,
will lose
That
this one.
doesn't happen in where I'm from as much though, because like I have like a perpetual fan on me because I'm on the coast, so
Yeah.
it doesn't.
Yeah, so you got that
Like,
nice coastal breeze.
The
Yeah.
dead of Ontario, where it's all infrastructure and nothing besides maybe a man-made lake or a Great Lake.
You
It is
call it unbearable for a reason.
Yeah.
That's true. God, come here when it's like a 50 Celsius day. You'll sweat your ass off. Come here when it's -50 and you'll be cold. That's literally.
I'm excited for that.
Gonz
I
is
want some
coming.
cold weather.
Yeah.
Poutine and
Exactly.
donaires.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah, I love honestly, I love the cold. It's just a general like
Too.
I love being as cold as I can. Like when I spoke to people and they were like, "Oh, we have heaters in the house." I'm like, "What do you mean heaters? Our
Yes.
homes don't come with heaters."
Oh, we need
Ours
heaters.
do.
We need
Ours do.
heaters.
Ours don't come with AC.
No,
And see,
ours come
like-
with AC.
And like us, like
Yeah,
we have
ours
winter
don't.
tires. Like
Mhm.
you have to have your winters on. If you
Yeah.
don't have your
Yeah.
winters on right now, like you're done.
Yeah, I've
got
heard.
chains.
Yeah, I've heard
And
stuff like that,
chains,
and also
yeah.
and also you have to be careful like when you start cars because there could be like cats living inside of your
Yes.
engine and stuff like that.
Cats,
we don't worry
bunnies,
about that.
mice, skunks,
Yeah.
squirrels,
Yeah.
Mice
chipmunks.
maybe. Yeah.
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 Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't
Humans.
have to worry about that.
Gotta worry about
I just have to
humans,
worry
too.
about alligators.
Again. So bad.
What happened?
Just keep divulging into
We
these.
got-
So Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy holidays. We're gonna wrap up here. I think we're gonna leave it with cats dying in your cars. So be careful. And it's Gonz needs to come see some snow. If I could, I would mail it to you, or just come here. You know what? I'm specifically the next time there's a giant snowstorm and it's going to take me 5.5 hours to shovel out my tiny driveway so I can leave. I'll take a video of it so you can just feel at home.
Beautiful.
And then I want you to take a video of where you are so then I can be like, you just walked outside in your goddamn t-shirt. I got like 6 jackets on, long johns, boots, 4 pairs of socks. I'm like, oh, I'll start shoveling.
I mean, I live next to a lake with little ducks that just kind of float, and the weather's beautiful, and it's like a
Yeah.
little slice of heaven. You wouldn't really know anything about it.
There's alligators. Don't listen to him.
Yeah, it's also in Florida, so
Exactly.
Yeah, nobody wants to live in Florida.
yeah, no one wants to. Not
Well-
even snowbirds want to go back to Florida.
It's true. It's
Just
true.
saying.
Well, if this sucks for you, this sucks for me right now. Like I can go to the beach right now and they have like this nice big Christmas tree on the boardwalk. So when you go in and you're like wearing your shorts, it's like 85 degrees maybe on Christmas, and yeah, no snow on the tree though. It's just, you know, a nice little Christmas tree next to the water. I'll take a picture and send y'all. I'll make it a point that I'll go to Pacific Beach and take a picture of it.
Enjoy your moose.
Winterfest, everybody. Winterfest.
For anybody who cannot see that beautiful array
Yeah.
of me and Disney, we're just basically telling Nard with two of our fingers on our 10 fingers what we thought about that.
Yeah.
So, anyways, guys, I
The
want to
disrespect.
come to Ontario or Nova Scotia when it is in the winter, and then
Nova Scotia, baby.
oh my god, do you have snow? Because I know you guys are getting hit with a snowstorm.
We got snow.
That's all they have.
Let it go. Let it go. Don't go back anymore.
Well, guys, I think we should actually wrap it off this time.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right.
Wishing everybody a happy and safe Merry Christmas. We'll just do a final round of like where we can find you guys and any thoughts you want to share off to anybody listening to this. Gonz, you go first.
Of course, you can find me at TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram as My Name is Gonz. I hope everyone has a wonderful holiday, and please research different types of stuffing because there's more than just bread stuffing out there. Enjoy.
I like that. Diz, how about you?
Hello. Yes, you can follow me Simstagram and TikTok and at your mom's house. Oh. Kissing Santa Claus.
Any well wishes before I carry on to Nard?
Yes, happy holidays and Winterfest, and that's all I have.
I love it. Nard.
All I gotta say is Macy Grove, Trayvon, Macy Grove, Trayvon, Macy Grove, Trayvon. That's it. That's all I got.
This was a great podcast.
Yes. Well, thank you everybody for coming. Thank you for everyone listening today. I hope you're having a really great holidays. If you celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa, or if you're about to celebrate Orthodox Christmas, which will be in a couple days from now, I really do hope that you were enjoying the holiday time with your friends and family, and just enjoying some free time and listening to this, either on your way to or from a Christmas gathering or just anything like that. And I just wish you all very, very well, and stay tuned, as we will have another special episode next week with Gonz, Disney, and Nard, as we wrap up the new year, as we talk about murder. And I think that will be very perfect after this podcast of learning that American.
Well, yeah, I don't think Gonz is going to be present on that one. It's going to be Sherlock Gonz. I think it's going to be
Yes.
Yes.
Court's definitely Watson. Nard is obviously Moriarty, and I'm just Lestrade. I'm just yeah, I'm just Lestrade. I'm just hanging out. But I'm very excited to film that podcast. So please stay tuned for that one, as that will be coming out New Year's Eve. And like I said, I wish everybody a happy and safe holidays, and I will chat with you all very soon. Have a great night, everyone. Bye.
Macy Grove.